Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. So today we are unboxing the Flashforge Creator Pro 3. So without further ado, let's get into it. Absolutely love that intro. So anyway, let's get into Facebook here really quick. Let me go on to my page and make sure everything's good. Okay. Okay, that's good. Sorry, just trying to pull up everything right here. Okay, so we have that. Hello, welcome. We'll give everybody about 5 or 10 minutes to pile in here, but essentially we are ready to rock and roll right now. Let's get this there, that over there, that there, and you're good. Hello, Rob. Hello, Gaming for You. Hello, Mr. German. Hello, people in the land of TikTok. How are you? How is everybody? Flash Alter Ego. That is an awesome name. Or Flash's Alter Ego. Very interesting. So would that be Savitar? No, because technically that's still Flash. This is Printed Visions 3D. I'll be honest, I probably don't know your name, but I'm guessing that's a TikTok name. That sounds familiar on TikTok. Okay. I know who you are then. Yes. So yes, I have printed Akuma, but like I said, I do have another print that I want to start doing. So maybe we'll get that up tonight after we're done with this. Real name is Barry Allen. I mean, I guess yeah, that is true. I guess that does make sense for Alter Ego. But what they don't call it Alter Ego. Maybe they do. I don't know. But anyway, I'm a huge Flash fan. I love Flash. In fact, that's funny that you're even in here because literally right before this stream, I was watching somebody's review on the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, specifically Barry Allen, the Flash thing. And then right before that, I was rewatching the clip from the Flash show, which I got to catch up. I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes behind on that. But the episode where he meets the DC Justice League, Barry Allen, and Grant Gustafson meets, they meet, basically. So, and, yeah. Is your name actually Barry Allen? Like, I thought you were just saying that because, that's Flash's alter ego. Is your name legitimately Barry Allen? Because that's even awesomer, cooler, whatever. Hey, from Chicagoland, it's TVS 3D Prints. Well, welcome, fellow Chicagoner. I live about 10 minutes east of O'Hare Airport, so I'm up in Norwich. Yeah, my parents were huge nerds. That is awesome that's your real name. Like, I'm super jelly. What's up, Phantom? How's it going? Thanks for the clear PETG deal. Awesome. I did send out all that stuff today. Only one person got left behind because they ordered it like a half hour ago. So obviously that wasn't going to go out today. So, but it'll probably go out tomorrow. So, what the hell? What's up, Nick? How's it going? Hello to everybody. Hello. I like Ezra Miller and Grant Gustafson. Both are fantastic Flashes. Ezra, I'm still kind of so-so about, but I like his personality. It's just him. I don't know. It's just he seems a little too cocky at times. But again, that's different iterations of Flash. So I mean, Grant Gustafson is a great Flash. He's what I would always think of as a Flash character. And now that we're talking about this, I really should probably print a Flash. I might even print a Zoom if I can find one. That's a really cool one. I like that character, Zoom. He's basically like the Dark Flash in a way. So my real name is Dustin. What's up, man? Nice down in Bolingbrook here. Was in the city for a while, but then we wanted a kid, so needed more room. Understand? It's a heck of a lot cheaper than where I live. I can guarantee that. I used to work down in Romeoville, and there's a really, really good like seafood boil place out there. I think it's called like Crazy Crab or something. Oh, it's amazing, and it's they have a great deal for weekends. So he was really good. Yes, I agree. Waves from Ohio. Hello, Ohio. Ohio. What's your favorite resin printer right now? That is a really hard question to answer because each and every one has their own like little additives. But I mean, and to be in all honesty, besides my Weebox, which is my tried and true, and you know what? I've been fighting with myself, and I think I'm gonna let it go. It's time. It's over 3 years old now. It's had thousands of hours of printing on it, and it needs to go out to somebody else. And I've had successful prints on it 100%. Well, I would say 99.9. I've literally had one failure on that printer that was not of my own doing. So total failures, probably 5 in its entire lifetime. And it's probably had more print time than all of my printers collectively. Not even joking. But if I were to choose like a newer printer that somebody could get, probably the Mega. Just because of the sheer build volume and the ability that you can print anything on it. You can scale, I can print a life-size version of me, and it would probably take me less than a week to print it. Like, that's not even joking. For a full build volume height, it's about 35 hours, excuse me. So yeah, that's really awesome. Excited for the new Street Fighter announcement. I was unaware. But yeah, the Anycubic Mega is probably the best printer just because of the sheer size. If we were to take sheer size out of it, yeah, it would be the Weebox. The Sonic Mini 8K right here, that's a really nice printer. It's been pretty good, but it's just like, it's kind of just like every other printer. I really want to see how the new Sonic Mighty 8K looks, because it has like a nicer touchscreen. Just looks like a nicer build. So I want to try and get that going. Oh, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. No problems about switching platforms. You can be on TikTok. You can be on Twitch, Twitter, whatever you want. All right, let's go. Because I forgot, I thought I had my personal page up here, so my apologies for not getting everybody. You're coming in 5x5. Gotta love the Mega. PS5 State of Play had announced it summer 2023 for Street Fighter 6. That's awesome. All right. Okay, so yes, I see Steven is on Twitch. All right, so let's get this show on the road, shall we? Is there a 3D scanner that you recommend? Not currently. All of the ones that are on the market that are sub $3,000 still need some tweaking here and there of the model. So it's kind of like I'm looking for something that's a one and done type thing. And even the, you know, $3,000 plus ones still have a little bit of stuff that they need to, you know, have some stuff worked on. So the Flash Refined Zoom Mask. Zoom Mask? Ooh, hold on. Hold up. Hold up here. We got to pull this up. Give me a second before we do anything, because maybe we'll throw this on the printer. Let's see here. 2439892. Ooh, that's very tempting, and it's sliced up, so that is even better. I mean, I can slice it myself, but that makes it a heck of a lot easier just to do it right from the get-go. I can tell. Well, I should say it looks like they used Tinkercad to design this, and if they did an amazing job. Just because of the way that some of the shapes are on it. But what's up, Jerry? How's it going? I'm looking to, oh man, a print just for me. How's the IDEX been working? So the Dragon came out good. I got defeated by a raft. So, because the problem was I took a profile that 10log had on their website, imported it into Simplified 3D, and I forgot that when you import a profile, it's everything. It's not just like the machine settings. It's the supports and everything that's included in it. So I didn't change anything, and it laid down a raft, and then it did supports, and they did not come out as good. So I tried putting a small dragon on there right now, and what happened is because I had the lines all the way up, and this was one of my like concerns about the machine, is that the lines go up over the extrusion rail. It got snagged on E2. The bed snagged it when it was going down, and it pulled the wire right out of it. Thankfully, this new version, they decided to change the extruder setup and how it's connected. So now it has like a JST connector on the inside of the hot end, and it pulled it right out. And I thought I got it back in, and I was like, I went to go and turn it on, and it said E20, and I was like, oh no, I broke it. And so I came home and I tinkered around with it a little more, and then finally I was able to fix it. So I need to probably re-level it, because I just set a print going and it was like kind of knocking some things over. So I think I need to re-level it. So it's out of commission for right now, but we'll probably end up trying to do the Dragon again, just in a normal size, unless I feel like I want to size it back up to 200 and do it again. But I don't know if I got enough filaments laying around for that. So we'll probably just do regular size. Anyway, what's up, Flexi? How's it going? I am struggling finding the right raft setting. So I personally don't ever use a raft. If I do, it is by mistake. I've never physically turned on a raft of my own doing. So just FYI for that. That's just my personal preference. I use what they call it, a skirt. So I do like 2 or 3 skirt lines around the print, and it's usually like this much gap, like a 3 to 5 millimeter gap between the print and like it's basically like a purge line essentially that goes around it. So that's what I usually use. Custom high profile. I gotcha. Just ended up little Z hop and save the fill in. How do you mistakenly turn a raft on? Well, the thing is like, if I choose a profile for something, a lot of companies have that automatically enabled, and I don't look at that. I just select the profile, hit print, and go. And a lot of people use rafts, and a lot of companies use rafts, especially when they have glass beds on them. For some reason, every single printer that I've had that has glass beds always has a raft, and I don't know why, but either way, I always forget to turn it off, because I usually load their stock settings into Cura, and then I'll print with it or Simplified 3D, and that's exactly what happened right now. So that's how I accidentally turned it on. I never accidentally turned it on. It just was on automatically. So. Do you know of anyone who has files for fighting stick octagon gates? I do not. And would that be good to print in hardened resin? I would probably add a little bit of flexible material, or maybe get some ABS or maybe even model resin would be a little bit better because it'll have a little bit give to it. So Twiggy is here. What's up, Twiggy? How's it going, man? Sorry, I'm trying to get to everybody here. I got people everywhere. In a bit, do call me Sunshine at work. Still probably not as old as a reference. Jerry says, what's up? Fun to print for sure. Yes, absolutely. All right. I basically done almost everything in printing, so many settings. Fair, I've made plenty of mistakes. Hey, everybody makes mistakes. It happens. You know, you just live and learn. Wraps are good for beginners. I used them till I got better at leveling. I never used them. I never liked them from the get-go because when you peel them apart, it was like the bottom didn't look very good. And this was back before you can change a bunch of settings on Cura, and that was one of the reasons why I never liked Cura, because you couldn't do manual supports or anything back in the day. It took a while for them to get that in there. So that's why I moved to simplified 3D, and then I just kind of, just like Sheet 2 Box, and grandfathered into it. So trying to go back to other platforms is kind of hard. So learning never stops, I've heard. Yeah, that basically is. I mean, even with resin printing, it's a lot easier to learn mistakes because it's usually a user error when it comes to resin printing, at least in my experience. I mean, I've been doing this for a little over 3 years now, and most of the time when it's a failure, it's something that I have done wrong. And just recently, there was a lot of things where it was technically it's my fault, but it's more a weather issue. So I had a lot of failures because I moved to bigger printers this past year, and I'm not used to that. So pretty much anything over a medium-sized printer, we had failures constantly because of the cold weather. Because resin doesn't like cold. So, but the Scorpion from Cinderwing, yeah, I'm kind of so-so. I'm not a trendy person, to be in all honesty. I don't usually do trendy stuff, to be honest. I just did the Cinderwing Dragon, the crystal one, because I liked that one out of all of them. And I had somebody who wanted one, so I was like, cool, I'll get it, and bought the file, and then I gave it to him because he wanted it. He basically wanted like a Shenron, but like a modified one. And I showed him that, and he's like, I want that instead. So I was like, all right, cool. So yeah, I have a monoprice Mini Delta on the way in the mail. Sweet. What's up? Yeah, that Scorpion is pain. I'm printing on a PEI sheet, and yeah. So, all right. So let's get this ball on the show on the road. Jeez, if I can talk today. Let's put you guys on the Logitech and get that set up. Make an enclosure for the resin printers. I do not have an enclosure. I use a tower fan with a active carbon filtration system, and that is good enough for me. So anyway, let's get this all set up. I do have a power cord ready to rock and roll. This should be fairly easy because as far as I know, these are printers that are already pretty much set up, ready to go right out of the box. Remember, safety first. Always have your cutter away from you. I always usually start a little bit so I can get in between there. And I'll lift it up. That way I can get in between it completely. Ooh, got some filament. Some red filament. Oh, yeah. All right, so we have an after-sales service card. We have our parts bag. Looks like different nozzle. So this one has the swappable nozzles on it, so you can print basically anything you want. Some maintenance grease, some looks like an unclogger thing. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that. We have our power cord, which we're not going to use because I have one set up already. We have a spool of filaments that's, even though it's a probably 500 gram spool. It's only about a quarter. That's fine. Not the end of the world. We have some nice packaging. Nice. Yeah, that's really nice packaging. Jeez. And then we have the printer. I'm definitely going to put this right on the desk. This is a nice little printer. All right, so I think maybe I'll try and set this up on the desk, actually. I'm looking at it. Where did I put my key? There it is. All right, let's check chat really quick here. Yo, what's up, Bug-Eyed? New printer setup. Yes, this is a printer unboxing. This is the Flashforge Adventure 3 Pro. First check, voltage switch to 110. Well, even if I plug this in and it's not set to 110, here in America, nothing will happen. The screen might turn on, but that's about the only power that would be supplied to it. So I would know right away. But we will double check that, obviously. All right. Ooh, snazzy. So this is my first Flashforge printer I will ever have. And I will tell you guys a little bit about it. And make sure this is all together so I don't lose anything. So very nicely packaged so far that I can tell. Let's kind of move you guys down a little bit here. Looks well packed. Yeah, it is pretty well packed, but it's actually like not super overpacked. It's just got some really nice packaging in it. So Flashforge is a really like nice company. They're kind of like Prusa's. As far as I know, they are like workhorses. The downfall of them is they have a very small build volume usually. Now, I believe they do have the new one, which is the Flashforge Adventure 4, which is their big printer. But usually these ones are, I think this is 150 by 150 by 150. So it's not a ginormous build volume, but if you're looking for a printer that just works and doesn't give you a lot of issues, these are probably the best buy. Plus, on top of it, like I said, that nozzle that I showed you guys, these have swappable nozzles. So you can print any material on this right out of the box. Well, maybe not any, not Peak or Alton, but you can print nylon or carbon fiber or polycarbonate, ABS, TPU, PETG, PLA, every single one of those perfectly fine in this printer. So if you're looking for like a one and done printer, this is probably a good buy for you. So, yep, the 4 is on my list again. Yes, I've only ever had one issue with FFA3, and that was a plate getting worn out, and I had to replace it. And that's a wear item, so I consider that kind of not. So, but hey, that's just my opinion. Sweet, not Bamboo Labs. I can say stay and hang out. Yeah, no. So I'll be honest. I did reach out to Bamboo Labs. I'm not expecting anything from it because I'm not a big name in the community. My claim to fame is my Facebook group, and that's pretty much about as far as I can go with my reach. I don't have a large following on TikTok. I don't have a large following on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, anything else. It's just that Facebook group. That's it. And to try and get stuff from people to review is a little bit harder. But as I told everybody else, the worst thing that can happen is they say no. But you could just reach out. That's it. That's all you have to do, and that's essentially what I did. Will it print chocolate? No, it will not. It will just print filament. So smaller than an Ender 3. It absolutely is smaller than an Ender 3, but it's probably build height or entire unit, it is definitely smaller than an Ender 3 as well. So, all right, let's try and get this all off. So I will get this all unboxed, and then I will let you guys know what's going on in terms of giveaway stuff. Now, I may have done a little bit of clickbaiting with that giveaway stuff. We are not doing a giveaway on this stream right here. It will be a giveaway with Flashforge, and there is an announcement made on our page on the 3D Printing for Noobs group. I can get this off without scratching anything because I don't have nails. I have terrible anxiety and I like them off. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, on the 3D Printing for Noobs group on Facebook, this is happening only on Facebook. So I'm sorry for those who are not on Facebook. Unless you want to join just for this, have at it. That's completely up to you. But this is only going to be on Facebook, this giveaway. So what's essentially going to happen is we will be doing a giveaway with Flashforge for this printer. So essentially what I am going to do is I'm going to print with this printer for as long as I need it, probably for the month. And the deal was after I'm done with it, I will be giving this away as the first place prize. Couldn't think of the name, first place. First place prize of the winner of the contest for Flashforge. And again, I'll pull up the details here in a little bit once I get this all unboxed and everything. But essentially, that's what it's going to do. Now, originally, we had talked about, maybe me signing this, but I'm going to leave that up to whoever wins this. If they want me to sign it or not, that's completely up to them. So I'm not going to, force that on them in any way, shape, or form because I'm not anybody of any stature, in my opinion. Very nice packaging. Oh God, I'm dropping things. So yes, it will be kind of a weird giveaway because it's a used machine, which I was kind of hesitant about. So I'm going to try and keep it as clean as I possibly can for everybody. So how dare you clickbait? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm terrible. You can definitely blame me for clickbaiting this time. Now I want to try this so bad. Wish item. Already posted my picture. I cannot wait. Oh, so you already entered in. Cool. Yes, the giveaway is up. How do we enter the giveaway? Yeah, so give me a second. Let me get this all unboxed, and I will show you guys the giveaway. Joining your group. I didn't know a group like this existed. Yes, so this group is. So technically, this was supposed to be our 3-year anniversary type thing because yes, it's only been 3 years since I've had this group, and we have 75,000 members, and it's grown exponentially in the last 2 years, like insane. I never expected it. Well, me and the admins who have basically been there since the beginning. We never expected this group to grow past, maybe 5,000 people. When we hit 20,000, we were just mind blown.
And here we are at 75,000+ members. I mean, it's been an amazing ride. And as I usually say, I do run a kind of tight ship on there. And that's just because managing a group that size, you have to have some sort of policing involved. I hate to say it that way, but that's essentially what it is. So, yeah. Question 3 is hard. Yes, it is. I'll give you a hint. It's 25. What if I'm bad at math? So there. I'll give it to you this time. Okay. Let's see. Can I get this out, or do I got to raise the Z? I think I got to raise the Z. Ooh. You know, this is like really cheap looking, but it's a really nice printer. I like the look of it. It's all plastic enclosed, but it's really just basic printer. I dig it. Question is, where's the power? Is it on the side here? Ah, there it is. So yeah, I might move this to my desktop. So this is where the filament gets loaded. I'll leave this sticker on here in case anybody wants to take it off. But okay, it's like own filament dryer. So it looks like we got a filament runout sensor. Not a big fan of the extruder that they have here. I wish it was metal, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. I think that is the NFC chip. So one of the things that I was worried about is, does this have to have specific spools, or can we use any one? So we'll have to test that theory out, because I know some of these, like the Da Vinci's that are usually at libraries, those need to have Da Vinci's filament. You can use third party. You usually have to jailbreak it. So, all right. So let's get this on and get it booted up. Ooh, nice little light. So there is no section that I saw for switching the power. So I'm guessing they have US models, and then they have European models or worldwide models, whatever it is. So. Okay. That's a little annoying to me, but interesting. That's kind of how the AnyCubic is. Before using for the first time, please calibrate the extruder first. Okay, we might have to bust out some directions and just make sure that we're good. All right, let's read some chat here real quick. How do we enter the giveaway? Like I said, give me a second. I will show it to you guys in a second. You got to join my group though. Need to print a spool holder to hold a 1 kilogram. Really? That's not the end of the world. Let's see. I love it. Thank you. Hey, listen. Nick says hi. Hi, Nikki. So my wife and my son and his cousin are at a concert right now, so they're watching on the stream right now. So no, Nikki, you can't have this printer. You're gonna get the other small one that we'll probably unbox one of these days. This one you can't have. Sorry, but you can only use a 5 kilogram spool. What? You can manually lift the head. I'm not going to do that, but we're just gonna go through the steps. Pre-adjusting. All right, cool. There we go. Ah. So we are pre-adjusting. So it's got sensors in there. So that says 0.4 at 240. So I'm guessing that's the PLA nozzle, and then this other one is the Please calibrate nozzle temperature when you switch to a different nozzle. Click Exchange Extruder. Okay. Oh, 1 kilogram spool. I gotcha. How do we enter the giveaway? Just give me a second, guys. I will get to that. Awesome. I'm sure that you are going to make someone very happy with this machine. Absolutely. And that person could be you. Who knows? Wow. All right. You know what? Maybe should we move this to the desk, or is this angle okay with you guys? You give it to me right, the printer. So. I've got to head out, but keep up the good work. Well, thanks for stopping in, Mr. Allen. It was nice meeting the Flash. Do you ship to the EU? That is a question I'd have to ask Flashforge, but I'm willing to. I'd be willing to pay for it. I think I can arrange that. It'd probably be about $100, 150, but I think I can spin that. So. What's your Facebook group? Can I join? It is called 3D Printing for Noobs. And then in parentheses, well, parentheses, quotation, whatever, it says beginners. So anyway, let's go ahead and switch this over. Click the arrow to adjust the nozzle so that it touches the platform. Well, I think it's touching the platform right now. So we're good. You want to continue and complete the auto calibration. That's awesome that it has auto calibration. So essentially, let's get this all unboxed. It is a little out, but it could also be that we're using dinner trays. So wait a minute. Hold the phone. So it is slightly okay. So for those who are looking at this machine, I like Yusu filaments, and they have a box of like 5 different spools right now that are 250 grams. So they're smaller spools. And they are tricolor. And I think it was like $30 for them. And it's all their tricolors. So it's 3 colors on each and every spool. So that is awesome. Click on the arrow to adjust the nozzle so that it touches the platform. Okay. So that's really awesome that it does that. So essentially, this bed's going to be level. So essentially, that's what it's doing. It's doing an auto calibration for the leveling. So the center was 0.10 up. The left back was 0.10. And I'm guessing this is going to be 0.10. But we shall see. Nope. That one's a little bit more. That one's -20. But that's good that it makes you do this, because then you kind of learn how to adjust this. The weird thing is it doesn't use the paper method. We'll move you guys over here. So you guys can kind of see what's going on. There we go. That's a little better view. Who has the tricolor? Yusu. So it's Youusu. I personally like their filaments. I guess a lot of people have issues, but I like there's a fractal pyramid. You can kind of see it just out of view there. That's in their dual color. It's like green and blue. It's more teal, I guess, but this is very interesting how this is doing this. But yeah, as you can see, the build plate is very, very small. It's probably about the size of my hand. So that is nice of you. Yeah, so I'll have to get with Flashforge. If they don't ship to the EU, I'll have to talk with them about it. But I think we can arrange that. I don't see that being an issue. So Mika 3D, I've heard of them. It also has amazing color changing filament. Cool. My Adventure 4 does use paper method, but 3 guider has a little finger that touches the bed first to gauge where nozzle is. So it essentially has auto leveling. That's kind of cool. But yeah, this is very interesting. I've never done stuff this way. Usually it's the paper method. Okay, I think we're all done. Or do we got to do the front? Okay. The interesting thing that I want to try, I have some Protopasta carbon fiber out there, and I really want to try it. And maybe we'll throw it on the machine and see how it does. Set height is storing, extruder is homing. So I have a feeling we might have to adjust a little bit here and there because that just has some weird readings, at least to me. But maybe that's just how the bed is set up. And also the other weird thing is, I don't know if you guys can see this black thing right here is essentially the track for the bed to move left and right. Usually it's centered, which is interesting because that's usually like a pivot point. Whereas this, that means all the stuff is going to be on the right-hand side. So if you do anything that's heavy, I wonder if you got to mine the right side or they actually thought about that. I don't know. So, all right. So let's see about this. Quick start guide. So we already did the calibration. Did that. Loading up a spool of filament. So let's go ahead and close this. And we'll load up a spool of filament. So essentially, this is kind of cool because it's clear red. And I've been kind of looking for clear red for a while. So here's my snippers. So for those that don't know, always snip your filaments on an angle so you have like a point, kind of like a fish hook looking thing. And the reason being is it'll make it easier to feed the filament through. So This also has an adapter on it, which is kind of nifty. I don't think it's needed. Maybe it is. I don't know. I guess not. I don't know why it's on there, but either way. So it essentially says, like, leave out the spool and load it in. So we are going to do filament. We're going to load filament. Please make sure there is no filament in the tube. Then click OK to load filament according to the prompt. So it's going to heat up to 240C. No way is it that fast. There's no way. It says it's going to heat up to 240C. We're already at 100C. There's no way it's that fast. How is it that fast? We're at 150. Like, I've had some fast heaters, but nothing that fast. 185, 190, 200. Like, we're already at normal printing temp. 220, 230, 240. That was the fastest I've ever seen a printer go up in temp. Please insert the filament. So it automatically detects that there's filament there. All right. That's great. That's crazy. You're crazy. Like, I like this printer already. Press OK when new color appears. Well, it doesn't appear, but we'll just hit OK because it'll do that. Heating extruder. So we're going to load 100 millimeters. Slowly doing 100 millimeters out of the hot end. So I see it going in. It's going to reach the hot end. I see it going. So this is a Bowden tube setup, just FYI. Let's see. Their filament has been one of my favorite brands. Works great. It's the spool proprietary. So it looks like it is a 500-gram spool. So I don't think you can fit a full spool in there. It looks a little small for it. But let's do a test fitment, shall we? Since we're here, you know what? I know already. It's not going to work. The reason being is there is not enough room for the spool to fit the width of the spool. So you will have to use probably smaller spools with this, like I was telling you about, 250-gram spools. This is Yusu as well. This is gold filament. So maybe we'll throw that in there. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is kind of a pain to try and find that. But again, somebody suggested, you know, you can just print a spool holder and use it that way. Kind of a pain, but that's the price you pay for, you know, having a smaller printer, a more compact printer. But either way. All right, so we're going to back that out. And then let's grab our stuff. I think there might be a USB drive in here somewhere. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, I guess there isn't a USB drive. That's the nozzle. Do we not get a USB drive with this? Or did I miss it? I don't think I missed it. All right, well, let's see if something maybe saved in here. Tools. So it's got a network. Can we do cloud? You can do cloud-based printing? Oh, hold up. Oh my God, and it works. And it's the text 5G? No, or is that 4G? I think it's only, or 2.4. Oh, maybe it does. See if it connects to my Wi-Fi. Oh my God, it's connected. Okay. So you could even use this as a hotspot? What? A new version is found. Update firmware. Fix the issue of green screen when turning on the printer. Sure, let's update this. Checking version, installing. It's kind of annoying to me, but I think we can do that. So it just updated. It just did an update right now. We're done. This is like the fastest printer I've ever used. I can't go back though. Why can't I go back? Okay, so now it's stuck. You updated it and now it's frozen. Wrong printer company, bud. All right, let's turn it back. Turn it off and turn it back on. You should be able to turn sounds off in settings. Yeah, usually that's how resin printers are, so I'm hoping. Do you know when the winners will be chosen? At the end of the month. Like I said, just give me a second. Let me get a print. Let me get a print going on this, and then I will show you guys all the information. Because I'll be honest, I didn't really look through it. But essentially, it's a show off your print type thing. So let's see. Let's go to tools. Let's go to network. Let's see if we can go into cloud. Okay, cool. So there's Flash Cloud, Polar Cloud, and My Mini Factory? Say what? Let's go on Mini Factory. Yeah? Can we do that? I don't know what that means, but all right. Polar Cloud. Okay, so you got to set up an account. I'm not going to do that. Ethernet. So does this have an Ethernet port? I didn't see an Ethernet port anywhere. I see USB. Oh, I think it does. It does have an Ethernet port. So it's got Wi-Fi, it's got Ethernet, it's got hotspot. I don't know why you would need it, but it's got hotspot. Unless there's some add-on stuff that they have. Okay, so we're gonna go see about tools, settings, homing, calibration, LED, filament check, move, camera. No, there's no camera in here, is there? No. Okay, now there's no camera. LED on or off? No, we'll definitely keep that on. Buzzer off. Extruder. Please enter the temperature deviation value on the nozzle. Factory reset, update. Okay. So let's go to build. Okay, so there is a box that's available to print. So let's get this all set up here, and I'll have to include a USB drive with this if I send it out. I think this is the print button, but essentially it's a 20mm box. So let's see how it is. All right. So you guys can watch that and see how everything is. Let's put you up over here again. That way you guys can... Oh God, I lost you. You fell. There we go. So we're waiting for the build plate. So the build plate is a little slow, but that's the fastest I've ever seen an extruder heat up, or a hot end extruder. Sorry, let me get back to these comments here. Okay, Mika. Okay, so we talked about that. Oh, so you want to sample also? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sample. What sample did I win? Wow, me too. Their filament has been one of my favorite brands. Works great. People leave the cover off. Yeah, so that's all you really have to do, and just put a roller on there. So that's amazing. I'm in love. On your comments, I feed my Adventure 4 from filament dryer and leave door open. There you go. That'll be good. 15 over at YouTube. You should be able to turn sounds off in settings. I did that. Do you know when the winners will be chosen? I have someone who wants to try. Well, anybody can get into it. They just have to be a member of the group. Is the plate hot? Well, right now it's heating up. So right now we're at 50 C, 49 C, 50. Remember, folks, hit that thumbs up, peeps, and show some support. Yes, please do. Share it out. You know, get some more people in here. Whatever you guys want to do. I calibrate with plate hot. Yes, you should calibrate the plate hot all the time. Maybe it's for off-brand filaments. Dragon test. Kumamat's the 2-color filament sample. I won 2 sample rolls. Oh, awesome. Was that like a Yuzu thing, or what was that? You should have been able to preheat bed while you were doing other stuff. Yes, you should be able to. I just didn't do that, so shame on me. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull up the giveaway. All right, so let's go into my group, and we will view the post. Oops, that's the wrong post. Oh, good. Photoshop upload. All right, so let's bring this down a little bit so you guys can kind of see my ugly mug here, and then we'll bring up the main monitor capture. Take my ugly face off of here. We'll put that in the little background here so you guys can kind of see. So essentially, let's put this over here actually. So this is my group. It is 3D printing for noobs, beginners. That is the name of the group. There are 3 questions to be answered in there. So just be advised that they are very hard to answer, especially the last one. It's a mathematical question, so a lot of people tend to not get that. But essentially, this is the this is pinned at the post here. I'm going to remove this one after we do it today. Actually, I can remove it now because we're already doing it. But essentially, there's this one, and then there's also another one going on with Focus, but we're going to be doing this one because this is Flashforge. So, essentially, rule 1, post anything related to summer with hashtag FFSummer in the 3D Printing for Noobs Beginners group. Even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you can also share your summer prints. So this does make me believe that this is worldwide for everybody. All participants need to join the Flashforge official user group, which is linked here. Prizes are first place, just one winner. That is going to be the Adventure 3 Pro, which is what we are using right now, this exact machine that is printing, plus 4 rolls of PLA filaments. That's an awesome package to win.
Second place prize, it looks like we're going to have 3 winners of that. They're going to be 2 rolls of PLA filament. That's, again, really, really awesome. All participants, if they buy a Adventure Series, Adventure 3 Series product in our Flashforge official shop, they will also get a 5% off coupon. Note 1, the first winner would be chosen if his or her post got most likes. And I got to fix this post. But the second winner would be chosen randomly by using a third-party tool. So essentially, all you have to do is just make a post and make sure that it has hashtag FFSummer in it. And that's basically what you do. Pop the link, please, for the group. Absolutely will. So here, we will take this off, and we'll do this. And here, we will add the group as long as it says it's okay. Let's stop sharing this and get back to this. There we go. All right. Let me post it in here for everybody to see. The stick leg crazy to the bed, I run it at 40-45. I heard somebody else talking about that, how insane the adhesion is on these printers. So we will have to see. I have some pretty nice scrapers here that I use for. I have my FDM scrapers, and then I have my resin scrapers, and both are pretty good than most places. So yeah, I will verify if Flashforge is going to ship overseas, but I think they will. So it looks like they use a raft. I think this is just a cube, a 20 millimeter cube. So this is going to take 9 minutes to print. Really? That's crazy. I don't think it's a full cube though. That seems pretty quick for a 20 millimeter cube. As for adhesion, like I said, I think we might have to dial in the settings here. So let's see. No. I was trying to see if I can maybe like raise or lower the Z offset, but I see filament swap, light, and then search. So apparently you can. So it's literally a one and done process. It should be. So if you need to recalibrate it, that's the only big downside of this printer is you have to recalibrate it when it's first doing its thing. So it's kind of crappy, but whatever. But it's just oh Jesus, I'm killing you guys today. Not on the ball here. Really killing you. Knocking things over. So it's one of those days. All right. So essentially, that's how it is. 90% of TikTok lives. Well, hey, we're all live on TikTok, so I guess I got to join the normal the trend, I guess. So.
see what you're talking about, Steve. Unger double-edged replacement blades for heavy-duty floor scraper. So this is kind of like what I was looking for, just not for that amount. And so essentially, I kind of use something similar to that, Stephen. So like the scraper for a windshield. I'm gonna throw you guys back here, but essentially this is what I use. So it's kind of the same thing. Now I know what you're probably saying, like, why is it all busted up there? Well, that's because there's actually like a plastic screw head that usually went there, and I couldn't get underneath the print, so I put on a different screw and I shaved off whatever excess was left with my Dremel, and that's what I use for resin printing if I need to get underneath it. So, but yeah, that's essentially what I use, just on a much smaller scale. Well, there are some alternatives. There's a 8-inch one that is just a little bit, well, it's like a cheaper version, and it's only like $30. But yeah, but essentially that's what it is. So. Is that a glass bed? It is a glass bed from what I can see. It is the, what do they call that? The Anycubic carbonium glass or carbondrum glass, however you want to say it. Yes, which I am not a big fan of. I like flex plates, but it looks like this is tabbed, so maybe we can upgrade it. You know what? While we're at it, let's look at pricing of this, shall we? Let's put you up. Let's put baby in the corner again, and we'll do main monitor, and let's go to Flashforge here. You know, we'll look up on Amazon. Pro. All right. So this does have a. This is a little bit more expensive than most. Now that I'm looking at it, it said that this was a Flashforge Adventure Pro, but I don't think it is. Oh no, it is. Okay, so unless this has changed. Oh no, that is the hot end. It didn't look like that. So anyway, like I said, the build volume is quite small on this by 150 squared essentially, but it does have sort of auto leveling, not necessarily, but it's not the same as normal. It does have a glass hotbed built-in HD camera, which I do not see. I'll have to take a look at that. 8 gigabytes of internal storage, so that's really cool. A touchscreen filament detection, that's nice to have. Wi-Fi cloud printing, and yeah, it's essentially a fully printed or a fully enclosed system. So it's got a camera there. So let's see. Oh, there is a camera. I do see it. So you guys can see that. Look. See that little pinhole right there? That right there. That's the camera. So that's kind of cool. I'll have to play around with that and see. It's kind of nifty. So we do have two different types of two different types of nozzles. This one's used for ABS and PLA. I don't know if I guess it goes up to 245, so ABS would be okay. But I'd probably end up using the hotter nozzle for that, so you can use ABS, I wouldn't really use PLA with it, but you can use it. PC, PETG, carbon fiber, so things of higher end material. So high temperature nozzle that can go to 265C, so that's really nice. Basically, we went through everything. Warm tips: one, children must use it under the guidance of adults. That I've never seen anybody put in their instructions ever. So make sure you read and understand the basic knowledge of the 3D printing before purchasing the machine. We recommend that you watch relevant operation videos on social media before using it. Please let me know if you have any queries or you need any clarifications. I will be happy to answer. I've never seen that in my entire life on any 3D printing web page or nothing. So that's just kind of weird to see. But all right. So yeah, this is people asking about print size, bracket that will hold 2 to 3 pounds. This printer comes with PLA filament, which I'm not sure would be strong enough. We will probably need an ABS filament. So I might end up purchasing some ABS just to try it out. Glass build plate, different from Adventure 3. 83 Pro uses a glass build plate with better flatness. The glass build plate saves you worry from model warping issues on the first layer. Super quiet, closed design. Filament auto loading, we've already saw that. That's just weird to see that, but that's great because I see that asked all the time. Spool is external, so the AC power is 100 to 240. It is a 24-volt system, so that would explain why it basically went up as fast as it possibly could. Software uses Flash Print, which I'm not a big fan of, but we'll give it a try. 2.8 touchscreen, layer thickness from 0.1 to 0.4, 1.75 millimeters for the plastic. And yeah, that's essentially all that we need. So let's see, Flashforge. It looks like they do have filaments here. So that's essentially the spool that we're using right there, the 0.5. So this is perfect for the Flashforge Adventure 3. That's the spool that we're using. We only got half of it now, so it's only 15 bucks. That's a little pricey for half a kilogram, but I mean, if we're limited to 250 or 500, well, then we'll have to just deal with it. I wish they had. This is just PLA. You have an ABS by chance. So you could also just, either print one of these or buy one of them and essentially use your own spool too. You're not technically limited to the small ones. So here's some ABS. There we go. This is 5 kilogram. Okay, so cool. That's very expensive for a 5 kilogram spool. Good lord. And this is essentially Sunlu filament. That's what this is. So here I have an Anycubic Chiron FDM machine, eSun PLA black, PLA div setting file. Okay, I don't know what you're asking. Like, I use simplified 3D, so I can't give you settings. So, and I don't usually do settings, so that's the other issue. But anyway, our print is finished. I just wanted to see some of the stuff that I can get. So I'm going to have to look into this a little more because $34 for some ABS filament, that's an insane amount of money. I know it will probably work very well, but I'm good. That's a little pricey in my opinion. But if you want something that you know is going to work, you probably want to stick with that. But if you're going to be like me and venture out, let's see, 250 gram ABS filament. So they're gizmo doors. Wow, these are kind of expensive. I guess because they're weird things. Can you show brass metal castings? Which PLA? I don't do any metal stuff. I don't do casting at all. Like I don't do any of that. I just print stuff. I print knickknacks for the most part. Great ABS, Nova Maker, that is 1 kilogram. So I guess what would be cheaper to do is to wind out what you need onto a different spool and do it that way. So that would be the best thing to do. Either way. All right, let's go back here. Carborundum. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and say that. Carborundum. There we go. I did say it. I've been doing the animal trends while I wait for repair parts, and now my second printer. Cool. Which means daily Digimon prints. Digimon monsters. In the slicer, you can turn camera on a watch it lives. Cool. That was a quick print. Yes, it absolutely was. So we'll have to take a look at that. That's not bad. Polymaker, Polycast. So I'll have to take a look at Polymaker. Yeah, it won't let me open up that link. It says that it doesn't exist. Website certificate revoked. This certificate is used by the server. Has been marked as untrustworthy. So my system won't allow that to be seen. So sorry. Thank you though, but I can't see that. Anyway, let's get you guys back up over here and take a look at the print. Can we take it off with our fingers? See, and that was one of the things that I was like, how do they do that? Yeah, that's a little trippy. All right, where's my why can't I turn this? It's like a hump on my floor that I can't go over. What's going on? I hate doing this because it like it's moving the bed, and I'm not a big fan of that doing that. And it's still kind of warm, so it's kind of a pain to get off. All right, so like I said, it did use a raft. Maybe I'll switch the cameras back over to my nice camera. There we go. So you guys can see my pretty face. Anyway, so let's take a look at this a little better. Ooh, that's a nice first layer there. It's perfect. So that's what I hate. It looks like it's a failed layer adhesion. That's why I hate wraps. It's not the fact that I hate them because they're the cheater way of printing, essentially. But I'm fine with people doing it. I just don't like that it comes out like that. Like I want it to look like that on both sides, where it's like the lines are very smooth, not like as if it looks like my bed's unlevel and I'm digging in too deep. So never realized how much you rely on autocorrect. I did as soon as I switched from a Samsung to a Pixel phone, because Samsung's autocorrect is really, really nice, and Google's is not. Where's my stuff? So let's see if this is right or not. zero this out. This is supposed to be a 20 millimeter cube. I think that meant Z height wise. No. Maybe it's not a 20 millimeter. Oh, I'm in. I'm like, why is this way off? Because I'm in inches. There we go. That's much better. I'd say that's pretty good. 20.2. I'll take that any day from any printer, right off the build plate. 20.2. 20.4. I'm guessing that's supposed to be 10, but close enough. And I am kind of pushing it a little bit, so. So it's at 995. That's close. It's good enough for government work. So not too bad. And it's got like honeycomb infill. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't have a flashlight or anything. There you go. You can kind of see the honeycomb. Anyway, let's see. I'm late. Oops. Yes and no. Do I need to go to your YouTube? It's super small here. So you can do that, or you can rotate the phone. That might be a little bit better. Yeah, so, but you can stay on here if you want, on TikTok. So yeah, essentially, the printer, pretty nice. One downfall, I'd say, is the size of the filament that it can handle is kind of a problem, but there's a slight workaround. It's not the end of the world. It's just kind of a little bit of annoyance if you're looking for like a printer that's ready to go out of the box. Never realized how much I rely on autocorrect. Geez, the price was what I was referring to as not bad. Oh, the price, yeah. So for those who are wondering, the price on this printer is $399. So it is a little bit pricey. It's basically like, what is that? That's Viper territory. I think the Viper's $379. So it is a little bit pricey, but you got to understand there's a lot of stuff packed into this printer. First off, this is a majorly reliable printer as far as I know. Anybody that I've talked to that I know that has these, they absolutely love them. So they are workhorses. Secondly, we have a swappable hot end, and you can change to go from printing PLA, probably TPU. It doesn't say that you can print TPU, but it's a Bowden system. So as long as you play around with the settings correctly, you should be able to, even though it's got a kind of crappier extruder on it, it's got a basic plastic extruder. Let's be honest. That's probably the biggest downfall of this entire printer. But that's usually how cheaper printers are. And yes, I know what you're going to say. $400 isn't cheap. For Flashforge, that's cheap. Okay. So anyway, you have a built-in camera, which I'm going to definitely take a look at and see if we can do some maybe time lapses on it. It's got a lighted extruder. It's got lighted hot end, so you can see what you're printing. It has, it's an enclosure, so you don't have to worry about, like, when you're printing ABS, you don't really have to worry about fumes. Like, I'll probably still have my filtration system next to it, just so it gets any remnants of that. But you should be okay as long as you're not, putting it right next to you. Let's see. It's got onboard storage. It has Wi-Fi. It has a hotspot. Who would have ever thought of a printer needing a hotspot? I have no idea. It's got cloud printing, which is really cool. My Mini Factory, and then 2 other clouds, Flash Cloud, and another one I've never even heard of. So it does have a lot of cool features. So you really got to weigh, like, do I want, you know, practicality printing, or do I want something that I know is going to work and has like some extra features that I may or may not use? You know, like a lot of people might find those kind of cool, especially the camera. Like that's awesome to have. Especially like nowadays, people clamor for that stuff. Like having a camera on a printer out of factory, it's like almost unheard of. Especially in the sub, you know, $700-800 range. In fact, I can't think of any printer from factory that has a camera built into it. There are options to add on a camera, but nothing that comes from factory besides a Flashforge that has a camera on it. Maybe some higher end ones, but that's about it. The fact that you can print huge things, you don't really need a large roll. Exactly. So that was my other point. Like some people may see that as a downfall, but essentially your build volume is 150 by 150 by 150. So it is much smaller than most printers. And that will probably turn off a lot of people from buying this. But again, you're trading that build. So it's essentially just like Prusa. Prusa's got a very small build volume, but they have the reliability. Same thing with this. Small build volume, reliability. That's usually how it goes in the industry. You trade one for the other. So if you want big, most likely you're going to have issues. And I'm not saying, you know, you're going to have a printer that's going to have consistent issues if you go big. There are several people I know that have never had an issue with CR10. And, you know, it's still stock on a stock extruder even. And it prints perfectly fine. But for the most part, if you put machine to machine, you're going to have more failures and more issues with a larger machine than you are a smaller machine. So, and this day and age, you can always cut things up. You can put them together. There's a great system called Luban, which essentially helps you key pieces as well. So like if you took off an arm off of a model, it'll key in a piece so it'll fit right back in there so you can glue it easier. So there's some cool programs like that now. So really the need for having a large printer is not really needed anymore. You can do multiple things on small printers, but I get where big printers play a role. Some people just want to do it one and done. They don't want to be piecing things together. That's perfectly fine. So, but in my opinion, I like this printer already. I do want to try and print some ABS parts. I have my Honda Ruckus out there, and I want to try and print a. It's a plate for R6 tail lights. And essentially it fits right underneath the seat and you can mount R6 tail lights to it. And so I want to try and do that. So we're going to try and do some ABS parts. That's definitely on my list out of anything. So we will definitely be printing probably exclusively ABS PETG on this. And I just got rid of all my PETG rolls. Dang it. I wish I would have kept one, especially that clear one. Dang it. I just sold that to somebody. Anyway, we can probably get some more of that. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, that's where I want to see about this because, again, you say, oh, it's $400 versus my Ender 3 that's 180 or whatever it is. Okay, but to get it to the point where it can print ABS consistently, how much money are you going to spend on that? You need to upgrade the hot end in some way, shape, or form. A stock Creality hot end is not going to maintain the right printability for ABS. PETG, maybe. ABS, no. The bed, you know, that can probably maintain it okay. Then you need to buy an enclosure. You probably need to buy a little bit better extruder. Whereas this one, it works right out of the box. Again, you're paying for the easeability to a machine. So you take one or the other.
The Flashforge 2 has a good size build volume and is very reliable. That's cool. That's good to know. Ankmake does. Ankmake does what? Comes stock with the camera. Sorry, sanding and typing. So Ankmake is technically not on the market yet. This has been on the market for God knows how long. I know the Adventure 3 has been around at least a year now. At least. So that's the other difference. Is, let's see here. When did the Flashforge, if I can type today. So the Adventure 3 Pro has been around for at least a year. Excuse me. So I guess there are some shops that have it on Amazon for $370. So that's kind of cool. And it's even cheaper. So that's a V2. I don't want that. I want. What's the difference between that and this? It's got a flexible build plate. Gotcha. Detachable nozzle. All right. So I don't even see the Pro on here. What the heck? Oh, there it is. So this is under their professional printers. Wait, no, that's the creator. Hold on. Where's the Adventure? There's the Adventure 3v2. That's educational. That's definitely not this, because that's got some upgraded stuff to it. The Adventure 3 Lite. That's not it. Oops. I don't know. That's very strange. All right, RC, have a good one, man. I bought a mini Delta for 79 bucks. It's only 110 by 112 or 120, but I can do the large prints on my Ender 3 and kit out of the box. Have a 445 build volume. Nice. Okay, so yes, Flashforge is a solid machine in my opinion. Is this a new printer? Is that why it's not on their website? There we go. Why can't it? Oh, because I was on a different Flashforge. Never mind. I am spatial. Just a little bit special. So, so let's see. Let's get my package. Oh, so that's two of them. Never mind. So the standard package. So yeah, from Flashforge is $3.99 for this.
So that's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Adventure 3 Pro. Yep. There we go. In the box comes a random filament, power cable, tool X1, grease, starter guide, and a screwdriver. So this is a very light printer. It only weighs 13 kilograms. 45 dB. Oh man, I'm getting tired. What the heck? Literally 5 stars on everything. But Flashforge printers are consistently good. I wish their filament compartment fit a 1 kilogram spool. I do agree, but I understand. No issues to troubleshoot or tinker with. Printed 55 pieces, no problem. Printer came with everything you needed to start. Only downside is that if you wanted to be closed, you can only use 0.5 kilogram spools. Yeah, that seems to be a consistent thing. But essentially, everybody gave it 5 stars. So that's a very nice printer. So, anyways, yeah, you guys know about the giveaway. So if you want to enter into that, go ahead and join the 3D Printing for Noobs Facebook group and find the post that is pinned at the top of the page for the giveaway. And yeah, essentially this is the printer we will be giving away. This exact one that you see that will have my grubby hands on it. Don't worry, I'll clean it before before it leaves my house. But yeah, so essentially that's where we're going to leave this at. And for anybody that is entering into the contest, I just have to say good luck to all of you, and hopefully one of you guys win it, or somebody else who watches this after on. That would be awesome. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them down below, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you all for sticking around, and until next time, guys, happy printing.